Alright, welcome back. It looks like we're live, set to go. Hopefully everything's working out okay here. I'm gonna turn down my music because it's a little bit loud. Can't think. Alright, so welcome back. Things have changed. First of all, you'll notice that we've got Traceur Cam over here. I bought a new account. First time in probably 9-10 years that I bought a Minecraft account, but hey, it's worth it. Now this account is running on another client on the same computer as mine, as my main one here, and it just sits there and keeps things loaded. This is the spawn chunk, so in theory it's loaded anyway, but I figured I'd just keep something here and make sure. Also, if I'm offline, the mob farm in theory would still work. Though I think it's been slowing down. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I just cleared out a bunch of spiders from it, so. But the other thing that updated, so last time I believe we were at like Y41 on this quarry, which meant we were probably right about here, somewhere middle of the skeleton farm. Now we're at Y21. Have greatly increased the mining ability that I have, which is great. Look at this invisible spider. Cool. Not invisible enough. But yeah, so this is what I've been working on primarily, obviously, like trying to get this quarry done. I also, let's see, I think I added a few things to the sorter. I'm not sure what my sorter looked like last time, but I've got mob drops. I think I had already added mob drops, but I'm not sure. I also added coal, lapis, redstone, and diamonds, so stuff you get from fortune mining. That's because I took my fortune pickaxe out of the ender chest and went and did some mining so I could get some cobblestone. So I've got a bunch of cobblestone now. Not a whole lot. Probably more than I really need. I also crafted a few redstone components. Not a whole lot, but a few here and there. Which I think is going to be helpful in the long run just to have these things in stock. And as you can see, my Cactus Xp Bank has gotten quite a bit bigger. And that's mostly because I tore down the old cactus farm. It wasn't doing the job for me. And I changed it to this design, which I saw in a recent Azuma Void video, and with the walls. And it's not perfectly efficient yet, and it's obviously it could be bigger, but it's doing pretty well. And obviously, since I'm on a multiplayer server and I just leave things on overnight, I get a fair amount of cactus, and it's just kind of sitting here waiting for me to use it. So I am, I mean, I'm not 100% stocked, but it's definitely a start. And as a reminder, even this is temporary for now. We'll come back and probably redo part of this once I have input into the sorter worked out, because I'm starting to get an idea of how I want this sorter to be. So like just based on where it is, you can see it's on X26. I think I'd like this to just be a square with 4 sides that all are on the 26th block. So like here, well, probably more like here would be where the next line of chests starts, depending on what I want to put in the middle for like indicators, because like I'm thinking I want to do something similar to what I had on MC Legends Season 1, where I have comparators hooked up to redstone lamps that tell me where the full chests are and where they aren't. So I'm thinking about that, but that'll take a little bit of space, so probably we'll have to have a few blocks of emptiness here and there to make sure that we can do that for each side. I haven't designed it yet, but we'll get there. What else is new? I don't think there's a whole lot else new. I might have expanded the sugarcane farm by 1 level or something. I don't know. It's probably it. Yeah, we've got all these XP banks. This one's still running. How many? Oh, it's about a third of the way done. But yeah, I've just been refilling these, and it's been... I mean, I haven't had to repair a pickaxe at a normal XP farm for a really long time now, which is great. I'd like to keep it that way, because yeah, it's really handy to not have to repair things in like the slowest possible way. Trying to think of how I want to do this. So I'm going to make some more rockets. I'm just trying to think of how many I need. I'm getting pretty good at dividing by 3, but I can't do it instantaneously. You also have to divide by 9. It's all very complicated. There we go, 63 rockets. So yeah, basically what I want to do today is just do more mining. Because I'm pretty sure we aren't going to finish this today, but by golly, we're going to do our best. And since we have the XP banks, we don't have to stop and repair picks, so it should be relatively simple to just do this for however long we want to. And we can talk about kind of my plans for what I want to do with this world. Not that I have an end goal or anything, but I definitely want to continue expanding, and I want to continue making things a little bit nicer, quality of life improvements. And potentially change the way that we gather resources, maybe do things a little bit more automatically in some ways. So, I mean, obviously things like iron farms, gold farms, and stuff, like, I'm not opposed to those, but if we're doing these manual quarries, we're going to get all the iron that we need. I mean, I think I just recently ran through 27 stacks of iron ore that I had gotten from just this quarry. So it's not like we have a shortage of iron or gold or anything. Oh, the other thing, actually, now that I'm thinking about shortages. If we run over here, I also cleared out the trees on this side so that when we want to start this quarry, we can. Nothing's stopping us there, which is excellent. Excuse me. But yeah, we have a little ways to go still on these quarries. Oh, and the other thing was I dug through all of the slime chunks so that we won't have slimes bothering us as we do the remainder of this quarry. I thought that was a good idea, and it's worked out okay. It makes for some weird, awkward, like, mining patterns, but and you'll see that in a little bit here as we get back towards those, but yeah, I think it's pretty manageable for the most part. I might... hold on. Yeah. I had switched away from OBS, but I want to go back to it just to make sure that I can see it if I need it. Oh, and I guess you can see my cat on screen here on the camera behind me. This is Penny. If you haven't met Penny, this is Penny. Just behind me here. She's a little bit hard to see because she's black and the desk is black, but every once in a while she'll pop up her head and you can see her eyes. But yeah, so plans for this world. So that's what I said I was going to talk about. I might as well start in. Obviously, like I said, farms for things, I'm not opposed to them. I just haven't gotten around to it. At least not for everything. But it's definitely something I want to get into. Farms in particular for, like, iron is pretty important because it's a renewable thing that's hard to get manually. I mean, like I said, we've got plenty of iron. Let me show you the iron situation. So if we find the iron ore here, so we're up to 6 stacks and change minus, we'll get over there in a second. We got 3 stacks of gold ore in here. And then if we come over here, yeah, the iron smelted that I put through, this is what we've got already. Doesn't even fit in one chest, so I'm going to put some of these back here. But yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, and I've got a fair amount of gold as well, so it's not like we need any increased resources on that front, but if we can get it, we might as well. I think it's nice, especially if you're working on redstone stuff, to use iron blocks as your base. So once we have an iron farm that's been running for a while, it'll be nice to use that for redstone contraptions, rather than stone bricks, which, if you have a beacon up, are insta-mine, so you potentially mine them out and they become a problem. That's what the sorter's built on right now, which is not ideal. Oh, take your time there, nighttime. I did put a clock here so I can sit here and wait for it to tick over to sunset. There we go. Hold on, I'm gonna mute the mic so I can reposition it. It seems like it's not ideally positioned. That's a little bit better. And yeah, my mute hotkey is also somehow my map hotkey. Anyway. Oh, and yeah, we've gotten to the point where we get emeralds over here in this corner because this is a mountain biome, I believe. Biome. Yeah, mountains. So this is where we get our emerald ore. I don't have those in the sorter yet because I only have like 10 of them. But I think it's probably something we'll want to do because the mountains extend a fair bit in this direction. So like half of this quarry will be mountains roughly, and we'll get a fair number of emerald ore from that. I'm not going to mine them out. Like, I don't need a fortune emerald ore to get emeralds because I have a decent enough trading setup. You know, sugarcane farm, a zombie spawner if I need to use that, so on. I've been thinking about getting, I think it's a shepherd that will trade for dyes. So if I give him, if I can get a shepherd that has cactus or green dye as a cactus green rather as a trade, that's basically free money for me because I just continually get cactus smelted with my XP banks, which might be a nice thing to do. That way I don't have to store all of it in chests. Because right now I just have like 7 or 8 chests sitting there next to the XP bank. Like, I wonder if I should do something with these. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing to have a bunch of chests sitting around. I mean, I'll happily pile up a bunch of stuff in chests to sort later. I think I have demonstrated that pretty well with my current storage system. Though, like I said, I'm planning on expanding it pretty soon. I mean, with the clearing out of all those trees, I got a fair amount of wood, so I should be able to add some number of items to the sorter with that wood, and no shortage of iron. So yeah, the other thing is we're running up against these farms. So again, if we have a stray pickaxe hit one of these stone bricks, that stone brick is going to be gone. So we got to be careful. I think the same thing happens if I hit the stone brick walls on a cactus farm, so I'm watching it. And again, yeah, the emerald ore is in the sorter, so I can't put that. I have to be a little bit careful what I put in the sorter, because if I put something in the sorter that's not, sorted, it just goes into lava. Maybe not the best design, but there it is nevertheless. But yeah, so more generally, just like what I want this world to become. Obviously, I want to continue doing these quarries, so this is probably next. I'll probably rotate clockwise, so do this one and this one, and then we'll do the corners as well. So we'll basically have a 300 by 300, roughly, perimeter, which should make mob farming pretty trivial, both passive mobs and hostile mobs, as well as slimes, all that business. So we'll probably set up automatic stuff for that pretty quickly after we've got that done. And as we go, we'll pretty clearly be doing sorter improvements here and there. I'm still not sure if I want the sorter to remain in its current form. I might change the dimensions of it and move it slightly. Because one thing I was thinking is it would be nice if I had... it's like right now I have an input to the sorter, but it would be kind of nice to have an output from it. So like I could send a signal to get a specific item from the sorter in a certain amount, a certain quantity. I'm not sure how that would work, but it would be nice to have. Yeah, I think it should be possible. I just don't know. The other thing is, like, a specific quantity is nice, but you're gonna have to have like a messaging system, and then a decoder, and all of that seems pretty complicated, and I doubt it would be tileable, at least not without a lot of extra resources sitting around. So I don't know how I would do that, but it sounds like a cool idea. It just seems like it's a lot of redstone engineering, something that I haven't had a lot of experience in. So I might just keep it the GrindCraft way and not worry about it too much. It's like, ultimately, if I need to grab stuff from the sorter, it's really not that big a deal. We finished that layer, so we're going down to y equals 19. So here's where you get to see the weirdness that these holes in the ground cause me. So I have to dig around them a little bit. Obviously, this first part is just normal. And I do 5 to begin with, and then I do strips of 6. Oops. So now I just kind of dig around this hole. And this isn't too bad, actually, because it just kind of circles around, but you'll see later the... oh, actually, you'll see on the next strip that it gets a little more complicated later on. I mean, not insurmountably complicated, just a little bit annoying, really. I am more tired than I realized I was. I had an energy drink, so it's not like I don't have caffeine in my body, but starting to feel a little bit fatigued, which is not terribly surprising. It's been a long everything. I was gonna say week, but it's been a long month. It's been a long year so far. It's been a long everything. Yeah. What? God, just fall down. can't I get in there? I should be able to, right? This is like... weird, okay. There we go. Okay. Fly on out of here. And yeah, we've gotten to the point now where the sorter inputs are like roughly on the same level as the mining that I'm doing. So I pretty much have to use a rocket both ways. And look, we've got bats. It's great. It's just great. We also get stone falling into the cactus farm output hoppers, which is nice. It's a nice little gift that I find from time to time. Oh, it's nighttime. Shoot. I should probably check on that Minecraft bug. So, after starting to use the Cactus XP Banks, the first couple times I did it with my armor on, because in theory, if you have multiple mending items, and some of them are fully repaired, the XP doesn't go towards the fully repaired mending items, and therefore your XP bar. It'll only go towards unrepaired items. However, I think what happens is it tries to split it evenly between unrepaired items. So if my elytra has like 2 damage on it, and my pickaxe has 1500 damage on it roughly, it'll go, okay, you get half and you get half, and like that's completely useless to me, because then the elytra gets fully repaired, and I get some 33 levels. And then the pickaxe gets like half repaired. Which isn't helpful, because that's not what I wanted, because I wanted to repair the mending items. So yeah, that's a bug in 16.1. I don't know if 16.2 fixes it. Probably not, right? That'd be too easy. By the way, I haven't upgraded to 16.2 yet. I don't know. I tend to wait a little bit to see if there's any problems, but I haven't heard any yet, so we'll see. I know there's a new mob that got added late, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like a super valuable feature. I don't know what the other bug fixes are. I think it's mostly a bug fix update anyway. So not really champing at the bit to get into it. You notice there that I had my my weird digging around the whole thing. Like I basically have to restart my strip every once in a while. It's pretty much the extent of the annoyingness. Though we're also getting a lot of caves now, so I pretty much have to do that anyway, as you can see. For Christ's sake, man. This is ridiculous. Okay. So now I have to walk all the way around, yeah, restart. I get some mobs in a cave behind me, it looks like. Now, it should be said, most of this stuff, when I put it into the sorter, it just gets destroyed. Like, I don't need any stone, andesite, diorite, granite, any of that. I have 10 chests plus 13 hoppers, well, 12 or 11 hoppers filled with it. So there's just no reason for me to have any more. But I want it to be gone anyway. And I don't want to be the one sitting there in my inventory like, okay, what do I need to get rid of? What do I need to keep? And so on. I don't know about gravel. I think gravel I still need a little bit more of to fill up those chests. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to get rid of some gravel, though. I mean, it's not like there's a shortage in the world. There are some gravel biomes and all that business. So I could probably figure out where a gravel mountain biome is and go and do a thing. If I needed to, but I really don't. Like, the primary use for gravel is concrete, and I'm not really building anything in this world, so it's not something I need. If I wanted to make the base look better, like, I probably could, but I don't need to. Really what I need is sand. Because sand is used for obviously making glass, but I can get glass from villagers. Sand is also used to make TNT, which is a whole thing. The only other thing I can think of that I would use gravel for is coarse dirt. But I probably don't need a lot of coarse dirt, if I had to guess. Oh, this is fantastic. So, I want to be at 28. Because, yeah, coarse dirt is really only useful if you want to stop grass from spreading, or for decoration purposes, which isn't a thing for me. So, stopping grass from spreading, I can't think of why I would want that, or at the very least, I can't think of why I would want that and not be able to use something else. Okay, so now we're past this first slime chunk hole. Well, second, I guess, because we have that 3 wide one, but the first big one. For the most part, the rest of them are a little bit easier, but not trivial to circumnavigate. And yeah, we've got, what is it, 14 meters to go until we hit bedrock after this layer. Meaning 7 layers to go. So we are within the finish line, like within sight of the finish line on this particular quarry. Most of the spawning spaces that were in this area have gone already. At this point, it's less about eliminating the spawning spaces and the solid blocks that contribute to the spawning algorithm, and much more about actually reclaiming the space so that I can build things here. So before we do reclaim the space, we're going to need a fair amount of glass. And since I was just thinking, what do I need sand for? And the only answer really is glass and TNT. Is that true? Anybody think of anything else that uses sand? Anyway, there's a fairly big desert that I can easily mine out. It's not like I'm using it for anything else. And if I'm really worried about sand, I can always build a falling block duper at an end portal somewhere, I imagine. I don't think, have they broken that actually? Have they patched that out in later versions of Minecraft? Because I remember seeing it from the SciCraft crew, but I don't remember seeing it in recent stuff. So I think Quiddity maybe tried to set one up at one point, but I don't remember if he was successful. Yeah, it's not coming to me. Fixed it. And now just gotta make sure that we take out all of the dye, put one back in. We're gonna put these not in that chest. Ow. So yeah, this is the current state of my log stash. It's actually pretty good. I mean, this is something like 15 stacks of oak logs. That'll get me about 7 stacks of chests if I need it, which should be enough to expand the old. Should be enough to expand the old sorter if I want to. Just for the most part, I don't really need to at the moment. I now need 15 stacks of cactus. Double check that we have enough coal in there. Yeah, we do. I did a couple runs of mining out coal ore with the fortune pickaxe, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'm just gonna take this stone because I can. And yeah, we've got a couple more. I think we probably have 3 or 4 furnaces worth at least of cactus sitting in there, so we aren't going to run out of cactus to smelt anytime soon, which means we can keep mining for quite some time. It's the beauty of these XP banks. You just keep replenishing them and they keep giving you XP. Oh, I don't know if I said, there's a spider spawner over there, actually. So if we needed another spawner-based farm, we could get it. I don't really need to at the moment. It might be useful, but I think spiders are just annoying for the most part. I mean, I think, in any case, I'm going to have to completely redesign the spawner farms, no matter what I do. In fact, I think that zombie farm might have to go, depending on how my sorter is designed. Which makes me think I should completely redesign the sorter if it's on the wrong spot. So I think that zombie spawner is probably pretty close to the 26, y equals 26 axis. Or not y equals, z equals 26. So yeah, we might need to move the sorters. Which wouldn't surprise me, and yeah, it's fine. But that's okay. Some of the farms I might want to put above the sorter anyway, so I might just... It might do to just move them out further to, like, to the 50, like, to the very edge of that central quarry. And then build up the farms rather than building them on the main level. As long as they go into the sorter, like their outputs are still going to be accessible, right? So in theory, it should work. It means we lose some of the vertical space, but that's really not an issue. I mean, this cactus farm is plenty effective, plenty efficient for now. And I don't foresee us having to increase the effectiveness of it. Like, we're still going to mine at pretty much the same rate as we're mining now. It's just how it's going to be. Told you I was feeling tired. God. And yeah, it's kind of nice to have the mob drops in the sorter now, because I can pick up things that have died and not worry about them breaking the sorter or just disappearing. It's nice. And I found that I have pretty much a little bit of inventory space at the end of each strip here, so it doesn't really bother me to pick those up. I get rid of any armor and bows and stuff still, but I'll pick up rotten flesh and bones and gunpowder that I see lying around. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm usually running low on arrows, so if I pick up arrows, it doesn't really affect my inventory at all. Clean up here before we cross that ravine. This ravine is getting a little bit annoying to deal with as well. It's like, I mean, it's probably about half mined out at this point, but it's always been in my way. Ah! That was rude. I really gotta put mushrooms in the sorter, because I've been getting them all the time from this quarry. Excuse me. Because yeah, they just grow in caves. They sit there for days on end. They just grow in the darkness. And then I come along, I provide a block update next to them, and pop, they just disappear. I think eventually I'll want a mushroom farm of my own. Just to say I have it, for the most part. Like, I don't think there's any reason for it. Like, maybe I can put them in composters and make bone meal, but even that doesn't seem particularly worth it. Sorry, I was checking my audio levels there. I was a little confused as to what was going on, but of course it makes perfect sense because I was reading it backwards. I don't know why OBS does this, but sometimes it feels like the the audio inputs switch places. I don't know why. It gets confusing because if you're used to looking at the top one for the mic input, then suddenly it's the desktop audio. You're like, wait, why is there no mic input? That's weird. It's completely useless. Probably didn't need to replace that, but I did anyway. Yeah, this is just silly. This little jutting out part. Hello, mushroom. I could probably pick them all up at once if I wanted to, but and look at this. For some reason there's sand here. I don't know why that is, but let's just pick it up since we have inventory space so I don't get screwed later. God damn it. In fact, let's just grab a whole bunch of mushrooms here. There's no reason to keep these things down here. I mean, maybe they grow and I get more when I finally do break them, but they're just sitting here. I mean, it's completely useless. Same with this grass. This is all Enderman bringing this in before I turned off Enderman griefing. Super duper annoying. I think everything else here is sortable, so we can just bring them up to the sorter in the daytime. Oh, my cat has something to say. She frequently has opinions. Alright, so I was going to look at this. You'll see that most of these are completely lit up. Cobblestone isn't, but if you go next to it, dirt is completely full. Grass... Oh, I thought grass was close. Ah. Here she is to say her piece. I think grass is here. Yeah, grass is almost completely full, so it's not like we're looking for more grass and dirt. I do need more cobblestone just for component crafting, but cobblestone is renewable, so that's not a big problem. In fact, cobblestone is automatically renewable, unlike stone. Because I can't blow up stone and get stone. I have to blow up stone to get cobblestone. But I could make a stone farm and use just different pickaxes to get stone and cobblestone. Or I could use TNT to get cobblestone. And not worry about stone, because I'm always going to get stone. Because I'm always going to be mining. Like, I guess that's really the answer to what do I want this world to be, is like, I always want to be doing stuff like this. Just digging a big hole. Not for any particular reason, just because. And I just want the rest of the world to revolve around making that a possibility. Why am I flying? I need to do it. I need to do work over here. I remember leaving these bits down here, but there they are. boy, another cave. I guess the same cave as last time, but still there. Still, though. It's all getting a bit ridiculous. I mean, obviously, the closer you get to lava level, the bigger the caves are, the more annoying the ravines are, because they usually have lava at the bottom. Doesn't mean I'm not going to complain about it. Now you can see here, we have almost a stack of iron ore sitting here, plus 41 in here. This is the rate at which we get iron on this particular game. This particular server, even. I should probably... As we talked about it last week, quitting smoking hasn't gone very well this week, but I'll spend a few hours here with you not actually smoking cigarettes, so that's good. I was actually making really good progress before the pandemic started, and then I just felt way too stressed out. It's like, I really need... Of course, I don't actually physically need this, but... I didn't want to add stress to my life by trying to quit. So that's where I'm at. But having long times in front of the computer where it's not really easy to find spots to leave, it's really nice. Because it means I am not motivated to go smoke. If I have a reason to sit in front of the computer, yeah, since for the period where I wasn't streaming, like, it was a lot harder to find reasons to do that. But I started doing like social calls with different people, and that was a good way to do it. But streaming is also a nice way to motivate me to stay here, stay inside. I was actually thinking about streaming last night because I didn't really have anything else going on, but in fact I could have streamed yesterday just in the afternoon. I mean, this is basically what I was doing yesterday, because it was a random day off for us. My work is funny because they try to give us a day off every month. So like if it's not, December has Christmas and October has, I think, Indigenous Peoples Day, and we've got a couple days off for Thanksgiving and various other things. But if there's not a day off, they'll just throw one in and, find something kind of related to the date and say like, hey, happy whatever. And we'll just go out and be on leave. Oh, I didn't finish that. Shoot. I have to be here. Just annoying. Just annoying. Mark, you forgot to do it. But yeah, I was thinking about streaming yesterday, but I just decided that it wasn't in me. I'm not sure if it's in me today, but I figured I might as well hop on since it's been a week since I was here last. And I did warn you all that probably it wouldn't be until Saturday, and shockingly it was. Though I am planning a vacation in a week or so. So I might be on a little bit more in a week or so, but I wouldn't count on it. I would not count on it even slightly. Because there's also a fair amount of housework that frankly has been pending for far too long. So it's entirely possible I spend the entire week cleaning up my house, doing some like DIY stuff. There's like a little mini I don't even know if I can call it a counter, but like a shelf, I guess, that I want to build in my kitchen. So if I can get to the hardware store, get some like lumber and maybe a countertop kind of a thing cut to the right specifications. I'd really like to be able to do that, but I don't know. I also have to get like a stud finder and stuff. It's basically, I have put off purchasing like normal homeowner things for a really long time, and I feel like I should just get them now. Like, I don't have a proper ladder. For the entire time I've lived here for a full year by this point. The entire time I've lived here, the gutters have been completely useless. I need a ladder to go up and fix them. I suppose I could hire somebody to do it, but yeah, like get a stud finder, build that little counter shelf thingy. I think it could be useful because, like, my kitchen is weird in that there are a bunch of outlets on the walls where there's no counter. Like there's 4 total plugs, like, so 2 outlets with 2 plugs each on the island in the center of the kitchen. But then the counter where the sink is, next to the oven, all that business, I think there's 1 total free plug that the oven is plugged into, the stove is plugged into, and it's like behind the oven. It's really awkward, so I can't like put anything there. There's one under the sink, which is being used for the dishwasher and the garbage disposal. So there's no plugs free. And then I feel like there's more somewhere, but for the most part, the plugs, the outlets, are on the other walls, where there's no counter. So there's nowhere to put like the toaster that I just bought, or the kettle, the electric kettle that I have. So if I build a little bit of a, I guess shelf is the word, just wide enough to put little appliances on it. Maybe I can get like a crock pot thing. I think I might actually still have a crock pot. Like a little slow cooker deal. Like, I could put a couple of different things in there, and I can also use it to charge things, because like there's these outlets are so weird. Like, they have USB ports in them. I don't understand it. It's nice. It's just completely useless because there's nothing to set the items that you're charging onto. I don't know. And I'm not sure I can trust the electrical behind it either, so there's that. This house is weird. It's 100% weird. Yeah, beyond that, I mean, it's basically just cleaning up this house because it's been a really long time since I did anything reasonable with it. Vacuuming, I don't think I've ever vacuumed this house. Dusting, sweeping. I have swept the house, but not recently. And it gets to the point, I mean, this is something that I struggle with. Like, I get to the point where I feel overwhelmed by the size of a task. So I'm like, okay, I have to set aside a significant amount of time to do this because it's such a big thing. And then I never do. Because I never think I have a big chunk of time until I do, and then by the time I realize that I have a big chunk of time, I'm doing something else. Not something else important, but something else. And I think people might attribute that to some kind of attention deficit disorder, but I don't. I attribute it primarily to depression and anxiety. But, nevertheless, it is a real thing. It is a thing I struggle with. And in fact, this extends to, like, making appointments. If you think about the process of making an appointment, when I look at that process, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need, you know, some chunk of time for that, right? So I don't do it. So even if I wanted to hire somebody to do X, Y, or Z, I'm sitting there staring at the phone thinking, like, how long is this phone call gonna take? Do I have time for it now? And most of the time the answer is no. Then I forget about having to make the phone call for a while, and I come back and I'm like, oh wait, I don't have time for this today. This is a major thing. So thank you all for being my therapist for the day. I guess. How are we doing? Are we halfway? We're definitely halfway done. I'd say we're almost 2/3 done. In fact, we are 2/3 done. Excellent. Or we're about to be. What is that noise? Is there a cave over here? Not that I've uncovered yet. Looks like I'm about to. Oh yeah, there's one over there, okay. I don't remember this one. I mean, this was... Oh my. Oh no, that's frozen. Uh-oh, I think Minecraft might have crashed. Yep, Minecraft crashed. And it's taken my cursor. Can I right click? Yes, okay. Can I... Alright, I'm gonna kill it. Yeah. And the nice thing about this is that we don't have to worry about the server having problems, because my other account is still, yeah, it's still logged in, has no problems. Let me just relaunch the client here. It should just be the client. It should just be the client having trouble. There we go. And now, before you all get too excited and try to figure out where the GrindCraft server is, first of all, it's whitelisted. Second of all, it's on my local network. And though I have begun trying to figure out if I want to host it publicly, I really haven't decided. And for some reason, so I have Xfinity Internet. The way that their security works is kind of stupid. If you try to do port forwarding, it's like, oh my god, don't do that, that's so dangerous. I'm like, bro, it's fine, just calm down. It's like, I'm forwarding the Minecraft port, right? What attack vector goes into the Minecraft port? Not very many, I'd imagine. Oh, report a problem. No, I'm not going to do that. Because I'm pretty sure. So the client that I'm using for the AFK account, the cam account, is just a vanilla with like 2 gigs max of RAM. That has been, I think it's been up for probably 3 days now. 2 or 3 days at least. And so I think that the crashes, I have seen some crashes on my Minecraft client, on this client, a number of times. So I have to figure that it's one of the mods, and I don't know which. I could probably do some method of elimination, figure out which one it is, but seems like a lot of work. Oh, just took off my elytra before flying down here, so yeah, that hurt, but it doesn't matter. Alright, let's get our next cactus in here and then head back up, do some more mining. Why walk when you can fly? I did put that cactus back, right? Yes. And there is coal in here. Yes, there is. Gotta do the double check every time. Alright, sun's setting, so we gotta be quick on this run. It's been a while since I listened to some Boxcar Racer. Boxcar Racer is amazing. I've talked to a lot of people who really don't like the sound of, who is it, Tom DeLonge, who has the funny voice on in Blink-182 and their various associated bands. Like, I can kind of get where you're coming from if you think that, but I don't know. I can forgive it, you know? Like, he tries. He does a good job of representing, I don't know, his emotion in the music. And I think he's a great lyricist, so there's that. I mean, Angels and Airwaves definitely proved that. If Blink-182 didn't, which I think it did, but... Is this the same cave? No. Trying to figure out where this cave comes out, because, like, there's not really a lot going on over here. It's a little bit funny. I said I was going to have to hurry because the sun's going down, and look at this, the sun's going down and I haven't hurried. You know what, I'm just going to go sleep. Or not. I'm also going to open up my Spotify because I can. Oh, I'm sure that broke something. Oh no. There we go. Okay, I broke it a little bit, but it's fine now. Oh, and the reason I was doing that because I wanted to like the song. It's a lovely quiet stream today. Not a lot of ranting. I thought I might rant, but I'm really not up to it today. I just wanted to chill. Ah. Landed. Leroy. Oh, I should probably get up and stretch soon. Not good to sit in a chair for too long, you know? Gotta get up, move the legs out around a little bit every now and then. We'll do it after this run, I think. I think Impulse SV has a standing desk. That sounds lovely. But I like my nice little L-shaped desk. Gives me a lot of space for stuff. Mostly my cat at this point, but nevertheless. Why are there so many creepers over here? They're not over here. Where are they? They must be down... Very confused. Not really more than usual, but... Oh well. What was I saying? Oh, right, standing desks. Yeah, I think it would just be so complicated, especially since I have this weird multi-monitor setup. Like, I just don't think there's a way to do that in a standing desk situation. Maybe there is, but... just doesn't seem worth it to me. I gotta say, now having bought my my monitor stand that has 4 slots, I'm thinking I might just get one of the same brand that has 6 slots and start, but that also mounts onto the wall. Because, like, I have space for stuff on the wall, and if I'm getting a stud finder anyway, you know, I might as well just find the stud to mount that. Plus, it would be nice to have 6, even if I never used the extra 3, because I have 3 monitors right now, and I've been thinking about getting at least one more. Is that a slime? Huh. Did not know that there was a slime chunk over there. It's news to me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, right, I was gonna stretch. Should probably do that. Okay. Oh, we're getting up. We're getting up. Moving things around, making noise on the mic. Oh, that's liberating. Oh man, it feels nice to get up every once in a while. Alright. So, mining. I mean, it's nice to sit down for a while too. But it's super nice when you get up and you're like, oh yeah. Been sitting for so long. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend on stream today. I've been thinking about it because I've got, I had vague plans to get a grocery delivery today, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen because I've got this, and then it gets pretty late before I could do a grocery delivery. I mean, if I stay on for 3 hours, right, it's going to end up being like 3 or 4 p.m. for me. If I go later, then it's like, well, do I really want to call out a grocery delivery driver at like 6 p.m. to start shopping? I don't know, it's probably not worth it. I could probably go to the store myself, but I have decided that because I have the ability to use the convenient delivery drivers, I will do, so that they have, they get paid and I don't have to go out and risk things. I mean, it's basically asking them to risk it, but there are ways to be safe, I hope. If there aren't, strongly suggest that they go on strike, which I think they have done multiple times during the pandemic, so. Which is why initially I didn't use it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the store myself. Like, clearly they aren't being treated right. But as far as I know, I don't know if their demands were met, but I think the strikes ended. So, solidarity-wise, I thought my duty was pretty much fulfilled. Though this is the thing, is like, it's getting really easy to cross the picket line without realizing it. Like, there was an Uber strike, I think, and they had to really spread the word to be like, look, don't use the Uber app today, Like, there's nowhere to stand and say, hey, don't use this Uber. Like, the Ubers are just everywhere. There's no way to tell people. I'm just gonna mine this out so that I don't accidentally kill my stone bricks here. Yeah, the Instacart one was the same way. I think actually Instacart and Shipped and... Isn't there another one? GoPuff, maybe? I think GoPuff is specifically for snacks, but nevertheless. Ah! There we go. You didn't know where to go? Is there anything else I need to do down here? No, I don't know why I'm down here then. Oh, it's almost nighttime. I might just wait. Just sit here and wait. I'm just gonna have to come back in 5 seconds anyway. Oh, I didn't even notice the Penny came back. Hi, Penny. Get in there. Come on now. Come on. Sorry, I'm sure that was super loud. God, still not used to some of the vape stuff. It feels like sometimes I get something caught in my throat and I can't do it properly. Not ideal. Well, there's one thing, I know I've talked about this in the past, but if there was an automatic thing, an automatic process that was happening on this world that didn't require player input, I was thinking about maybe being able to stream it without commentary, just like the camera account sitting there and watching it. Wondered if that would be interesting. I mean, it would certainly be interesting to me, because then I could watch it live from wherever I was. Including potentially just from this computer, like, or from downstairs or wherever. But also, like, I mean, it depends on what it is, right? So, like, if it's just a mob farm, probably not super interesting, but if it's progress on, like, a world eater, it could be cool to see. It's not to say that I'm going to have a world eater here. I have thought about doing, I mean, like, okay, so think about this. Like, the resources that I get from, say, the first 40 or so levels of a quarry, maybe not even 40, but, like, most of them are completely superfluous at this point. Like, iron I can get from a farm if I need it. Coal can be replaced by renewable resources, so I could probably stop using it for fuel at some point. I have been thinking about getting a kelp farm going. That's another option, for example. Ow, ow, ow. Where'd you come from? Probably fell down from over there. Freaking hate those things. So yeah, I could have, what was I saying? Oh, right. I could pretty reasonably have a world, or like an automatic TNT duping blasting machine, flying machine based thing that runs through parts of the world for me. Once we have, I think probably I want to do the first 9, 10, 100 by 101 squares myself without any machines. But I think once we've got those started, it might be nice to have automatic stuff going for a little while. And the way I'd probably do that is because you'd still have to dig a little bit here and there manually. So I'd probably do that and then just like set up a machine and do the rest. Yeah, like I'd probably do the semi-manual diamond mining first. So I think what the Psycrafters call a tunnel bore. Like pick up their world, probably load it up in Lightmatica or something, and just set it up. So I think it could be cool to do that. Just kind of pick up automatic diamonds, redstone, emeralds, lapis, all that good stuff. And then as I kind of clear space with that particular tunnel bore of whatever stripe, you know, so say I set it up against this wall and I go some 100 meters, 200 meters, whatever, then I can set up a world eater that just kind of runs and goes across that entire area. And then I can set up, I probably need 2 accounts for this now that I'm thinking about it, because like you'd want one account to, well, hold on. I was going to say you want one account to run on the flying machine to load it, and then one account to watch. But probably if you set it up in a small enough area, you could just have an account sitting above, loading the area, and watching at the same time. That could be cool. It might not also be the worst thing in the world to have, like, an automatic... Oh, for Christ's sake, go away. An automatic cobble farm or another tree farm. Something like that would be cool to have. Because it involves explosions. Like, can't go wrong with that, right? Hey, stop eating my headphones. Don't eat my headphones. Yes, I'm serious. Hey! Said no. She doesn't care if I said no. Do you? Yeah, I didn't think so. Stop it. No, you can't. Don't move the mic either. I have it where I want it. Jeez. You're cute, but you're stupid. Didn't really help anything. I still don't know why firework rockets aren't in the recipe book. Has anybody ever explained that to anybody? Like, was there ever a dev tweet that was like, oh yeah, we just don't want people discovering that for whatever reason? I mean, it's not like it's impossible to figure out, but... Actually, it kind of is. Now that I think about it, like, who would think, oh yeah, let's just put paper and gunpowder together to make fireworks? And also think, oh, you know what fireworks do is they propel you through the air. Anyway, let's begin our new layer. So we've gone through a full layer together today, at least, so far. It took us at least an hour. We started this one on... Did we start that one on camera? I think we did. Anyway. I can probably look at the numbers on the recording. So I think this is something I teased a couple of times on previous streams, that I was downloading recordings of every stream so that I could release them potentially on YouTube or whatever. I think that's really not an option for some of the streams. So like I've got recordings of Project Ozone 3 that I was starting before I stopped streaming. I've got recordings of MC Legend. I got the last recording of MC Legend Season 1 for sure. I've got all the recordings of MC Legend Season 2, but I'm not going back to that, so I'm not sure I want to release those anyway. So like there's a few things that I could push, but I'm really not sure if I want to do that on YouTube. Like, YouTube is lovely and everything, but I'm not really sure if I want to spend my time getting into YouTube. Like, and there's not another good system, right, for sharing content. Like you just there's nothing. So I wonder if the answer is maybe to record a separate kind of content, like a different kind of content for either YouTube or wherever. Probably not YouTube. I don't know. I mean, this is something I've always lamented, that there's not really a good thing for me to contribute to the wider open, like, arts movement. It's like, I'm not really a musician. I can sing, but nobody wants to play guitar for me, so not much I can do. Could sing along to instrumental tracks, I guess. Anyway, but I've been part of like the CC BY or the Creative Commons movement for a while, and I'm always been like, well, what can I really release? Nothing. And I still think that Minecraft videos would be problematic because even though if you wanted to release a video that you made about Minecraft, like recorded in Minecraft, I feel like you'd have trouble doing it because all of the assets are copyrighted. I don't know. Seems like an iffy situation for me. Oop. Let's go get some more cacti. There's probably not going to be enough cactus in there next time, so we're going to have to do something else. Use the second chest. But we've still got 7 unused furnaces that have XP banked in them. And we've got 4 running still. How far has this one gotten? It's still got two stacks to go. So that's, what, 7/8 of the way done? Ish. So it's probably going to be fine. Yeah, I'd imagine that before we use up all the furnaces, we're going to have 1 or 2 of the furnaces done. And I tend to restart them from the right before I use up the leftmost ones, so should be good to go. I still don't really know how long I'm able to keep mining with this strategy. Obviously, I could probably build more XP banks and not worry about it as much, but I think if I can go 3 or 4 hours without stopping, that's probably enough. But yeah, back to the random thoughts. I mean, I tried to do YouTube in the past. I did a couple of YouTube series, I think, about different modded Minecraft versions. Well, I did Stone Block for sure. Excuse me. And I also did a couple of videos on specific things on MC Legends Season 1, but I never really had a coherent strategy, right? And like streaming is one thing, because it's basically, at least recently, my strategy for streaming has been do whatever you're doing in the world, you know, like don't have a specific goal in mind, like do whatever you're doing. And usually what I'm doing in this world is mining, so that's what we're doing on stream, which I think makes sense. Wow, I thought that was a mine shaft. I was like, what is this? Because there's a mine shaft on the other side, you can see there. So having 2 mine shafts in the area would be a little bit funky, but interesting. And we're now 3 layers above lava level, so I imagine we'll start seeing caves with lava more frequently from here on out. Careful. Don't want to screw up this cactus farm any more than it's already been screwed up. I mean, it's mostly fine, but I do want to be careful with it. It would be a bit of a pain in the ass to rebuild parts of it, so no reason to cause trouble if I don't have to. It's basically my theory at the moment. No, actually, in the center there, in the center 101 by 101, It was surprisingly little lava, I think. At least that I recall. Wait, what number am I supposed to be on? I think this is right. Yeah. Stupid Instamine. Sometimes it's sometimes it's nice, but sometimes it's really inaccurate. You're just like, oh, I need to mine this one block, and then you mine that block, and then 3 blocks behind it. Like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Christ. It's irritating. I probably didn't need to do it that specifically, that accurately, but there it is. God. Oh, my cat moved to the fridge. Oh no, she left. Henny. Okay, whatever. I don't know where she went. That's fine. Oh yeah, this is actually, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but this is actually an improvement to the cactus farm efficiency. Because, hold on, I'll show you. So if you can see, now in 1.16, walls are completely flat. So if we look at this, hold on. You can see that there's not like anything jutting out. There's no holes in this wall. It's completely solid. So when the cactus grows up and breaks because of this block, and it flies in a random direction, it hits one of the walls and gets stuck there, right? Which is perfect. That's what we want. But when the wall's connected to something, it has a chance to do that. So currently, if the cactus flies off in this direction, in the direction that we are, and hits this wall and drops down, there's a chance it'll get stuck there on that little lip. So if we get rid of all this stuff, all of those things will be gone, and it'll be more efficient. Not by much, but a little bit. It's probably a little bit less efficient than using glass panes, but I decided that just wasn't worth my time, because I just don't have the wealth of glass that I want to, because I'm using glass for the floor here, obviously. Tell me this isn't a thunderstorm. I don't want to have to deal with that. We're almost down to redstone level, as you can see. Been a while since I had any additional redstone ore, but be nice to have. Not that we really need more redstone. We can get it from clerics. We've got clerics set up. We can also get glowstone from clerics, I suppose. Just need to do the trading for it. Trading is a thing that I really just hate doing in the newest versions. Like, in 1.14, it was actually really nice. But then they kind of changed how villagers work, and I don't know. I'm not a fan. Oh, actually, speaking of Minecraft updates, what's happening with 1.17? So I heard that there was going to be a Minecon live thing that they're going to try to do remotely, which I'm sure should be hilarious, because it always is. Yeah, I wonder what the 1.17 update's going to be about, because, like, there's been so much speculation. I mean, I think a lot of people want a cave update. Some people want an end update. Some people want a magic update, like enchantments and alchemy. Myself, I'd want an inventory update. That's just me. And that can be probably in tandem with something else, but I definitely want an inventory update, because, like, I think people have talked a lot about this for a long, long time. Like, every update, they add new stuff, new blocks, new tools, new items. And the crafting and inventory system has been the same for basically the entire time that the game has existed. The only change being that they added shulker boxes, which was barely a help. I mean, they tried. They just didn't try very hard. So yeah, inventory would be something nice. I mean, I don't know if it's add more slots in the inventory or just give us, like, a backpack and a backpack slot. So, like, okay, forget the elytra, right? Put a chest plate there. Then put a backpack slot right here. You can use it for the elytra, or you can use it for an actual backpack. You can't hold items in the backpack. Well, I guess you could hold items in the backpack and have it in your inventory, but you can only have one, right? So that still limits you. And then you can access the backpack with, like, B. So you don't have to put it down to access it. You can just access it. I think that'd be nice. I think it'd be nice to have, like... In fact, since we've got room for 3 slots here, right? I think I saw a video suggesting, like, necklaces and charms and stuff. That might be kind of cool. Maybe. But, like... So this corresponds to the chest, right? So you have a chest plate on. How about having a fanny pack where the pants go? Or next to the pants, rather. Fanny pack. Like, 5 slots of storage. Fast swapping with anything on the hotbar. That could be cool. Like shift 1. Shift 1 switches out the first hotbar slot with whatever's in the first hotbar slot of the fanny pack. And then what about the head? Because, like, helmet you definitely want to keep on, right? I don't know. I feel like there should be something that we can put in, like, head adjacent. Oh wait, what about glasses? Like sunglasses, or... So you could get, like, night vision goggles, or... visions of, like, far seeing, so you can zoom in. In vanilla. In vanilla, you could zoom in. That'd be so cool. Okay, maybe not as cool as Optifine, but could be an option. Or what else? There's got to be plenty of other things, right? Water goggles make it easier to see underwater. That could be cool. Or lava goggles to make it easier to see under lava, because lava is hard to see through. Oh, what if you had 3D goggles and it just turned the whole thing into like a 3D vision or 3D experience? So I think they did didn't they do a 3D video setting? Hold on. Video settings. Other. I feel like they did. They might have done it as a April Fool's thing. Like putting the red and blue images. Trying to do math here, I'm sorry. I think this is where I need to be. Yeah, it is. I probably didn't have to think that hard about it. But yeah, inventory upgrades would be very much appreciated, I think, by every single human being that plays Minecraft. It's just this song. So for some reason, Spotify has the stupid, like, idiotic movie version of this song, but not the actual version. So I always hear it, and it's like, this is the stupidest version of this song, because, like, it's supposed to have swears in it. It's ridiculous. And usually Spotify's really good about having, like, the original version of a song. Oh, wait a minute, Oh, they do have the original version. I just hadn't looked very well. Okay. I'm just gonna listen to the right one. I'm just gonna delete this. I'm gonna turn this up because it's been so long since I heard this version. Oh my god. I'm sure this has screwed up my my playlist somehow, but whatever. Excuse me. God damn. I don't know why I'm so coffee today. I probably just need to mine this out because it's stupid. There we go. Did I just mine this? Jesus. Insta-mine, it's a menace. I am so glad I found that song. I swear I've looked for it, and it was never on Spotify, but apparently it's now added. So that's good. And it's in my playlist, which is important. My gigantic, silly pop punk playlist. I think it's up to 1,300 songs now. Oh, 1,400. Wow, I've been busy. Because like I listen to like the weekly suggestions from Spotify, and most of the time they're pretty good. Like about half of them maybe I add, and then the new releases also, maybe about a third of those I add. But that probably adds up to 50 or so a week. And then if there's any like albums that got released, then I'll listen to more of those and maybe add more songs. Same with the recommendations. And I'm working on kind of, if there's, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. I'm working on if there's like songs in there that don't really belong. I'm working on kind of weeding those out if I can. It's been a bit of a rough process, but getting there. And then thinking about doing like a run through, looking for which artists I have like one or two songs of, and looking at some of their albums and different work here and there, rather than just having the one song from each artist. Like maybe represent them a little bit better. Damn mob spawning. Ow. By the way, how is the mob farm doing over here? It's like after I cleared out all those spiders, yeah, it seems like things are coming in again, which is good. Slowly but surely. Oh, this lectern, by the way, this lectern is a book where I've started writing down things to do. So like obviously mining, getting sand from the desert, getting some ice, getting wood. Yeah, all these things are possible. Yeah. I don't know. There's not really a lot surprising in there. There's plenty to do on this world. Oh, we're just gonna despawn these idiots. Oh wait, I can't because I've got my AFK account. Okay. Perfect. Ooh. One shot, one kill. What else we got? Oh, hello. Hey there. Goodbye. Whee! Strafe him. Okay. That's plenty of murder. time being. Alright, well, I'm starting to come to a decision here. I think I'm going to end this at 2 hours, which we're coming up on. It's been lovely hanging out. It's mostly just a decision based on me wanting to get that grocery delivery started soon. In fact, I might just do that now. So this is a relatively short stream, and we did get a little bit done here. But yeah, I could use a little time to do some stuff today. Maybe start working on my DIY projects, or just cleaning the house. I might actually clean the house, now that I think about it. I mean, maybe I'll do a little bit of Minecraft as well. But cleaning the house wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Free XP. Wait, what am I digging? Is this not what I'm digging? Oh, it is what I'm digging, okay. But yeah, so I'll probably call it quits after I do this little run here. And go get some stuff done. Ow! Piece of crap. Just annoying. And yeah, I will continue to make improvements on this world and progress on this quarry for sure over the week, as I am wont to do. And I might be back next week. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm obviously feeling pretty tired these days, so it's kind of up in the air as to whether I just sleep all Saturday or get up, make breakfast, do all of the things, and then get on here. It's really not clear if that's what I want to do or if I want to do something else, so it depends on the day. Oh, by the way, these are my new little AFK cells, so you can kind of come off and go out the door, and then it stays open. I think this is clever. And actually, this is an open door. So yeah, I put them so that they're facing the wrong direction, and when you power them, they open, but they actually close, which I think is pretty fun. You could probably set it up so that it's a little bit faster to get out, but I just really can't be bothered. But the AFK account has been in there for probably 3 days. Probably 3 days. Hasn't had any problems, so that's good. Anyway, this is where I leave you, so thank you all for watching. And yeah, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Even if it was a very short amount of time. I'm gonna go and get some stuff done, I guess, because that's what I've decided to do today. But I'm sure I'll be back on Minecraft, and I'm sure I'll be back on stream at some point to show you what the difference is with whatever I do this week or in the next couple of weeks. It's not really clear how long I'm going to be gone. But cheers, and I'll see you next time.